Right here off on the coast of Mississippi. As you can see, everything is fine here in Mississippi. So I don't even know why they even need to declare, this freaking National Guard needs to be here and all this stuff. We're fine on the coast. Nothing is happening off of the coast. But, I look at other scenarios and situations that's breaking out, and it's strange because the media been hyping this up so long, and they just let stuff fall through in the background. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you a little bit of the info. So these are the areas right here they're saying it has flood watches. Of course, Mississippi is not in it, so the rest of the areas down here is Florida and all that stuff. Mobile, they have the flood watches still going on currently. And as we move down, it's mainly just going to be rain that they're talking about with Alberto. So it says most areas from the Gulf Coast and Alabama, as well as Georgia, Carolinas, 3-hour rainfall, 3 inches or less will trigger flash flooding, according to National Weather Service, which was a flash flood in Maryland that we're about to get to in just a second, which completely trashed Maryland. And the center of Alberto is currently moving ashore. This is what they had here, but I'm going to show you the radar basically so you can see what's going on. And here we're going to get to what's happening in Maryland. So here's what current radar is showing. Of course, it's already inland. I'm just looking up at Maryland over here, though. It's just crazy how it just broke out in Maryland. This is affecting a lot of areas, though. As you see, we go across here. You can see the areas being affected. In Ellicott City in Maryland, there was a man went missing with this catastrophic flood. I didn't even know anything about this. National Weather issued a flash flood emergency for Ellicott City and, on May 27th, saying it was an extremely dangerous and potentially catastrophic situation after 3 to 6 inches of rain fell just 2 hours. So this has nothing to do with Alberto. This is a whole different situation. Authorities searching for a 39-year-old man reported missing by his family after flash flood raged through historic Ellicott City Sunday evening, severely damaging storefronts and buildings. So we're witnessing a situation worldwide almost, where lots of events breaking out as we speak. So the media was hyping up everything else, and they wasn't even talking about this. Now listen to this. Listen to this. After the deadly flooding of 2016, Howard County Executive Alan Kittleman said Ellicott City, Maryland was reduced to a war zone and likened it to set of a disaster movie on Monday. Kittleman said the flooding of 2018 was much nastier. So they've had one of these already, but even more importantly, listen to this quote that he says after that. They say, "This is a once in every 1,000-year flood. We have had 2 of them in 2 years," Maryland Gov. Larry Hoagman said. And Hoagman, they declared a state of emergency late. So this is a once in every 1,000-year flood. And we've had 2 of them in the last 2 years. And that's just absolutely crazy to even say something like that. And one of the National Guard members have gone up missing, trying to save people in the flood. They said he was last seen in La Palapa, whatever area, near Lot D on Main Street around 520. Howard County Police Department said Herman was described as a 5'10", 160-pound man. So I mean, they completely got trashed over there in Maryland. It's absolutely crazy. While the media wasn't even really talking about that. They were talking about nothing but Alberto. I'm gonna set the camera up right here. Looks kind of dark, but you still can see. So absolutely crazy. So the whole time we had all this going on, and like I said, in Mississippi, everything is good out here. Everything is good. Now I know in Florida they're gonna be seeing some situations, and this was a flash flooding though that happened in Maryland. I didn't hear anything about this in the last current days. And just with him saying, the mayor saying that was a 1,000-year flood and they seen it twice, that tells you something is not right. Something is not right that's happening right now. And right now, like, I just did not understand that situation, and they were using Alberto to just hype that up the whole time, and they wasn't even talking about Maryland. Maryland just declared a state of emergency on Monday, while they had already declared for Florida, Mississippi, and Alabama, and all these areas. Which in Mississippi, nothing is even happening. Nothing's even happening right now. I mean, there's no National Guard out here. I guess they found out that they didn't need to come out here. Nothing's really been going on. We're all good. I'm not sure how people are doing in Florida right now, but it goes to show you how the media didn't cover what they needed to cover, or either they were caught by surprise, and that flash flood that came in Maryland just completely ravaged the land out of nowhere. Out of completely nowhere. So this is stuff we really have to watch for. And to me, I seen that, and it was like, I seen it actually last night, but I'm like, where does this even come from? So I'm trying to look right here and see somebody have some comments. Anybody from Maryland? I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be commenting from Maryland right now. They're in a total travesty right now. Super, super, super tragedy. So just like I said, we got to watch out for stuff like this. Seriously. Somebody says, yes, I am. Is anybody from Maryland on right now currently? So why do you think, what do you think happened? What do you think the media did? Do you think that they were tricked? Or do you think that possibly they were told to cover this up? To me, what I think is, I think they were covering Alberto, and they believed Alberto was going to be something more than it was. But I believe that, on the other hand, that they already kind of knew what was going on, and maybe it wasn't picking it up on the radar, because I mean, honestly, the radar, when I was looking at it, it didn't look like in that area nothing was going to happen. So I'm not even sure if this is from Alberto. I would say maybe it is, because the surge coming up, but I don't think it's from Alberto. I'm not sure. What are you guys thinking? If you got some information on that? Somebody says, get one area to be prepared, catastrophic surprise. And like I said, we did talk about the oceans being weird recently and stuff like that, where they had a little small tsunamis, and they talking about some meteor tsunami and all this crap. And we talked about that happening twice just in 2018. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. I don't know if it links in with Alberto. I'm just really not sure right now, which I have to do more research on that and come back and give you more info. But it's just astonishing to me to just see that up with no coverage. Literally, when it happened, it was coverage, but there was no declaration of a state of emergency before it happened. That was like, I don't even know if they had a beforehand warning. Maybe they got the notifications to their cell phones, but as far as worldwide media, there was no coverage really talking about this was going to be potentially happening. So anyway, I just wanted to update you on that crazy situation. And of course, Alberto is already on land, and it kind of edged past Mississippi. That's why we don't really have anything going on. So hopefully the rainfall don't be too bad over there in Florida or anything like that. Let's see what everybody says. Somebody says the car's freaking me out. They use the wrong coordinates with HARP. Of course, there's going to be a cover-up. No one will take responsibility contrived by the government. Yeah, we really got to watch out. That's exactly why I look at the radar myself. I don't just look at mainstream radar, because like I said, I got the U.S. flight attendant who showed me how to use the other radar. I mean, there's radars out there everywhere, but I want to use one that's a little bit more accurate. But even with her, she was saying that some things don't show up when they're stuff like that. It don't show up, you know, on correct time on radars. You can't even read it in time to give people notifications, and that's the truth. Because even if you look back at all your if you look back at any situation, like a situation where they had in a movie or something, most of the time they try to get the information out in time. They're not able to get it out in time because for some strange reason stuff just popped up out of nowhere. Super tragedy, disastrous event, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna need a lot of recovery and disaster relief over there in Maryland. So I'm hoping a lot of people can get out there to help them, or at least donate to people you know directly. Do not donate to the government, because they definitely won't give the money to them. I mean, just like they did in Puerto Rico, they didn't give the people the money out there. And the reason why I know is because I was talking to somebody from Puerto Rico at the time when Jennifer Lopez had donated millions of dollars to these people in Puerto Rico who were devastated by Irma, and you know, they kept getting hurricanes back to back, and they didn't even get the money. So this is what these people do. So you have to donate directly to people you know out there, or you have to go out there yourself to help people out. If I could, I'd go out there myself. But I mean, right now, I'm not sure if anybody could be there right now. It's going to be totally locked down. And that's just a tragic event. As the heat levels rise and burn my face off out here in Mississippi. So, just a lot more for us to look at. Just outline this scenario and give you the info. Thanks for tuning in. Steven Jackson, Jwtv.